time coming that we've had a unit like this. For some reason in Ontario, it is less than 1% here of propane generation. It's all diesel. So we really want to change that. We want to change that for all the right reasons, right? You've got your ESG value that you bring. You've got corporate sustainability. You've got the emissions reductions that come from these units. You've got less maintenance on these units than a traditional diesel engine. It's not uncommon to see 30, 40, 50% cost savings on the fuel.
We want these units, we're not in the rental business. We want the units for the rental companies to then showcase it to the customers and build demand. We're kind of priming them up. Think about it. Bringing a few into the market and change away from diesel because there's a huge value add for the client. Unit has to be 15 feet from the tank, and the unit can just plug along and away it goes, chugs along 24 hours a day. We got a monitor on the tank, so we know the level. You as a rental partner knows the level, the client knows the level. Everybody knows the level, and we refill automatically. So you can hook it up to a 1,000-gallon tank, a 500-gallon tank, 4 420s, and away you go. So it's really simple, or even bigger, you know. So the little units, we're going to start with 25s. The cool thing about propane, it doesn't wet stack. So we can go smaller on a bigger unit, so more value to the client. And then these things go up to 500 kilowatts on propane. They're built, designed on propane to run on propane.
You want the power that's going to work at the cheapest price that you can get it at. Propane is the way to go in this case. 20 to 30% fuel savings over top of diesel. For me, one of the biggest things about these units is the noise, and I think we've all heard it at one point or another on how quiet the unit is. But this truly is a quiet unit, and we can still have this conversation like we're having right now. That's pretty impressive in the generator market. We put distribution on the front of the generator, but it's fully customizable. We can change that as customers. All of our units come with an engineered lifting point, right? So these can be craned into job sites.
Jeff, anything about the emissions you can talk about versus
So the emissions, depending on the load, they're 20 to 30% lower than a standard diesel unit. The gas savings, the fuel savings alone is another 20 to 30%. Customers that are collecting leads credits, this will get them their leads credits.